There have been reports of Iran now enriching uranium close up to the 84% mark. Iran has already sort of issued a preemptive denial of that. But in recent hours, we are now getting confirmation from the International Atomic Energy Agency, the UN watchdog, that indeed they found some evidence that points to Iran having dramatically increased its uranium enrichment. With us for more on that is our Middle East correspondent, Ariel Oseran. Ariel, what are we hearing now?
Right, Calev. So this is based on a confidential report by the UN's nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Association, sent to member states, but it was viewed by Reuters, the Wall Street Journal, AFP, and others. According to this confidential report, during a recent check at Iran's underground Fordow site as late as late January, its inspectors took samples of uranium particles that were enriched to up to 83.7% purity. Now, weapons grade is 90%,
right,
which is, and these levels of enriched uranium, according to the IAEA, are highest levels ever recorded in a non-nuclear
I just want to remind everyone that if we go back to the Iran nuclear agreement, we were talking about limiting uranium enrichment in the 20%, 30%. Now we've jumped here to close to 84%.
The limit was 3.67, and they and they had to give up the higher percentages.
Right, it crept up.
But according to the IAEA report, the total enriched uranium stockpile as of February 12 was 18 times higher than the limit set out in the original 2015 nuclear deal. We're talking about 8,200 pounds currently, as opposed to 447 pounds. So that's a significant shift that began a year after former U.S. President Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew from the JCPOA, instigating a cascade of steps by Iran to ramp up their enrichment activity. Now, as for these preemptive responses that Iran gave, so last week, Noor News, a pro-regime news site, sent out a statement saying it will be clear soon that the IAEA's surprising report of discovering 84% enriched uranium particles was nothing but an inspector's error or a deliberate action to create political atmosphere against Iran on the eve of the meeting of the IAEA board meeting. That's the beginning of March. Now, according to the IAEA, they're saying that discussions between the agency and Iran to clarify this matter are ongoing. But indeed, the fact that for the first time, the UN's nuclear watchdog is officially confirming that it had found traces of just under weapons-grade material, indeed is going to raise a lot of alarms in many capital cities across the world, I think, starting here in Jerusalem.
Right. I do want to, we should clarify, even having weapons-grade uranium is still, you still have to make a leap to producing it in a bomb, to produce a missile.
Fuel that can send the
right, but you don't necessarily, even if it just produces some kind of crude bomb, that in itself would be enough of a threat, certainly on Israel's part, to start justifying, for example, talking about possible military action.
Look, that raises the question, where do you set the red line? Do you set the red line the moment Iran has acquired a nuclear bomb? Do you set the red line when Iran becomes a threshold nation? And that's what the significance of this is. Once they reach 90% enrichment, they will become a threshold nation that has the potential capability of building a nuclear warhead. And that is what Western capitals are going to be looking at right now.
As General Yadlin said earlier, that red line has become very flexible over the years. Ariel Oseran, thank you for that.